The Hawks had taken a 1-0 lead in this series behind the brilliance of Trae Young in the pick and roll. So, needless to say, the Bucks needed to do something to adjust how they were defending it. And adjust they did, presenting Young with a few different looks that completely stymied their attack, and then turning to their offensive strengths to overpower the Hawks, and even this series at 1 game all. In order to understand how the Bucks adjusted their pick and roll defense last night on Trae, we need to look at what they did in the previous game to compare and contrast. In game 1, notice where Brook Lopez is on this drop when the screen is set. He's bent over in an unathletic stance, and his feet are even with the bottom of the dotted line. He continues to back up despite Capella being several feet higher than him, and Trae drops in an open floater. In game 2, it started out as more the same. Lopez in the same position near the dotted line, but at least he got a hand up to contest. We get the same result. Then things changed. Lopez comes out of the lane and above the free throw line to meet Young. Now he can drop to contain but provide a ton of pressure on the ball, forcing a turnover. For what it's worth, this wasn't really a turnover, and the lead ref will probably get notes from the league for being in such a suboptimal position and poor angle to see what really happened. Back to game 1, time and again Lopez would just sink way too far into the lane, giving Trae Young practice shots that he hit over and over to the tune of 48 points. But last night, it was a revelation to see them actually adjust the defense. I mean, Lopez got his right foot on the three-point line. It looks like Trae was more shocked than I was as he gets stuck in the air hoping for a whistle before throwing away one of his 9 turnovers. They even got Lopez to take a stunt in the direction of the ball before doing his duck walk backwards to contain. That said, you'll have to convince me this was not an intentional kick by Holiday. Another turnover that shouldn't have been allowed. Here's another one where Lopez comes up right to the three-point line. Now, we saw how going under the screen didn't work that well in game 1, but they continued to do it and dared Trae to fire up shots off the dribble. Lopez wasn't quite as high as he was before, and Holiday goes underneath both these screens. No adjustment with this, and Young almost hits this one. I still think the Bucks are playing with a little bit of fire here, as he burned them in game 1 with his strategy, and he does it again at the end of the half. But it doesn't matter one bit, seeing as the Hawks were getting destroyed by 30 points. Here is another one where Lopez comes out beyond the free throw line, making Young hesitate for a bounce as Giannis comes back over. Lopez was so active last night, he's able to recover to Capella to dissuade the lob, then challenge the off-foot lefty finger roll into a miss. Here's another small difference in their defense. Watch Drew chase Trae around the screen, then veer off to the roll man to steal the pass. You can see him do it here as well as he chases around, but then veers to the Collins pop, eliminating the easy pass and allowing Lopez to catch him in the air and deflect the ball into a steal. In game 1, they weren't doing this, opting to let the ball screener's man recover from deep in the lane to challenge, and it led to a wide open 3 that they're fortunate didn't go in. It was great to see Mike Budenholzer finally adjust their drop coverage and see immediate results, considering how many times us basketball geeks kept screaming about it into the void. And that reminds me of Seatgeek, the best place on the internet to shop for tickets to any sporting event, concert, and even the theater. They find tickets from all over the web and grade the prices to let you know you're getting the best deal. This series is definitely going at least 6 games, so fire up the Seatgeek app and go see them in person so you can brag about your newfound knowledge of drop coverage. Even better, nudge the guy next to you and tell him you saved $20 off your first purchase when you used my code BBALL. So get in the game with Seatgeek while we talk about the Greek Freak and how he's been scoring just about 30 a game and shooting a scorching 58% from the field. The Bucks have focused on getting him out in transition as much as possible. As a result, he has scored more buckets that way than any other category in this series. Capella probably felt like he was in decent position getting back, but Giannis' best skill is his ability to stretch and utilize his wingspan to create angles no one else can, as the nice inside hand layup off the glass goes in before the Collins help can get there. With this turnover, it leaves the Hawks' only big man behind the action, and the three shorties back there need to present a better wall than this if they have any hope of stopping the full-speed off-foot lefty layup. Whether you want to see the Hawks win or the Bucks handle their business, if you're liking this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll always know when a new NBA video drops, and also when Giannis sets a ball screen and rolls for a score, which is how he scored more buckets in the half court than anything else other than isolations. This simple drag screen with two on the left and one on the right is iced by Bogdanovich as Middleton is forced away from the screen and Capella is in good drop coverage. This was all good for the defense, daring Giannis to shoot the free throw line jumper. Based on his poor jump shooting, he was smart to turn down the invitation, using the spin and crash into his defender move before the nice step-through inside hand layup finish. One note, there have been teams that have found success jumping Giannis when he inevitably spins in the lane, but the Hawks have strangely not been trying this. In Game 1, he teamed up with Jrue Holiday a few times for easy scores, and you can see how Holiday's gravity is enough to open up the lane for easy buckets galore. Holiday has scored at the same rate and efficiency as Giannis, and yesterday he was able to burn the Hawks in transition, especially when Trae Young did a poor job of getting back after his own missed shots. You can see Young gazing way too long after his release, even though it's his job to get back as Holiday leaked out early, and it was all of these transition buckets that Holiday hit in the second quarter that directly led to the huge run that ended the game before halftime. The Bucks have outscored the Hawks 52-22 on the fast break over the two games, and it's the primary reason they're shooting almost 5 points better overall. However, Atlanta has been breaking threes to the tune of 25% over the two games. While they only ranked 12th in three-point percentage in the regular season, the Bucks should be a little concerned that these kind of looks will start to fall more often. But having Jrue Holiday on the floor this year is a revelation, as he's giving them such solid play on both ends of the floor that their advantage is noticeable and most likely leads them to the NBA Finals.